Hello there, and welcome to Aqua Plays Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. I had to wait till now to speak, because that was very loud, and I cannot turn the music down yet. And sorry, I was going to read that out, but I didn't realize it would go away on its own. Kind of a little
I bet.
poem
Just
there
a
about
minute.
his Gabriel Knight's nightmare here.
It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
And now I have to wait again.
I'm sorry, but
So I
Gabriel
can
is allowed.
finally turn the volume down.
I mean,
Wow,
he's
it is
out.
loud right now.
Yeah,
Sorry
if he
about
ever
that.
comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah,
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
sort of.
Mm-hmm. I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them. For example, if you would just let me...
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Okay, let me fix this volume first thing, because wow, this music is way too loud. Okay, that's much better. Maybe turn the sound in general down a little bit, because the voices were kind of loud too. Maybe a little bit up there. We'll see how that goes. I'm not sure what the speed setting is, but anyways, yeah, so, like I said before, welcome to my playthrough of Gabriel Knight. I've never played this game before. This game is actually older than I am, and, but I saw, sorry, I mean to say, I watched this initial bit of, like, someone else's playthrough recently of this game. I just kind of someone that I usually watch just decided to check out this playthrough and got a little way through and was so intrigued I decided, you know what, I kind of want to actually try playing this in myself, despite how old of a game it is and everything. So yeah, but yeah, it is a very old game, so very archaic design, so, you know, we'll see how I'm able to handle that. And also, on that note, I don't know what all compatibility issues we might have, so we'll have to see how that goes, but I'm gonna go ahead and save this just with the volume change because, being as old a game as it is, you cannot change the volume from the main menu. It's kind of crazy to think that it took time for that to be a thing, but anyways, I guess I'll just say save one, or I don't know, maybe I should just name it based on where I am, I'm not sure. So if you've played this game before or seen it before or whatever, as far as I got, I mean, it seems like it's not necessarily a fully linear game, because, like, you maybe have some control over, like, where you go and when and kind of stuff a little bit, and, like, how you progress things, but basically where I got, was, like, around, like, right around, like, investigating the first body. And the player had done some other stuff before then as well, of course, and we'll see what order I end up doing everything in, but yeah, but pretty much as far as, like, the main mystery, it seems like, it was basically, like, right after the, well, it's technically not the first body of the murders, I guess, but it was, like, the first body that Gabriel was, like, personally investigating, I guess, is basically what it was. Anyways, yeah, but I just decided to check this out. We'll see how frustrating it'll be, because I know, like, apparently, you know, these old games, there's, like, a lot of potentially frustrating aspects to them, like, because you really have to, like, look around and, like, and figure out, like, so apparently we have to use these icons to kind of interact with things. So like instead of like just hovering over something and it like, you know, telling us what to do with it or whatever, we have to like actually decide like how to try to interact with various things based on our options we have here. Like, let me see. It actually, I think I saw there was like a how to play. Where was it? I think here. It told about the different icons, what they do. So I guess the shoe one is to walk. There's a look, an ask, talk, pick up, open, close, operate, and move. Okay. So I can look back at this if I get confused as to what these icons mean, but it seems reasonably straightforward, maybe. Potentially. I guess this is the look, walk, the ask, and the talk. Which is kind of weird that we have an ask and a talk, but it said, yeah, one was use, and then one was move. Wait, what? There was use, move, and then what was the other ones? Oh, open, yeah, open closes the door. Which is kind of weird that you have use and then you also have open close. Like, some of this design is kind of a little, seems maybe some redundancies in here maybe, but yeah, so the one that was definitely move. Oh, pick up, okay. That's what I was forgetting. So this is pick up and then there's move, okay. Starting to figure it out now. But yes, obviously very old graphics, but there's definitely kind of a bit of a charm in that, for sure. But yeah, this is definitely the oldest game I've ever tried to play, because I'm actually really surprised that this game seemingly so far seems like it works pretty alright on a modern machine. So yeah, we'll see how well that holds up. But anyways, I guess we could try looking at something.
Gabriel looks at the cash register, checking for cobwebs.
Yeah, so there is, like, the audio is a little, like, crackly, and I had seen something about that, and that there was, like, potentially a fix for it, but I couldn't figure out how to, like, actually do it with the Steam version that I got, so I'm hoping that the audio just won't be too bad, but if it's, like, if the quality is way too awful, I might have to, like, look harder into figuring out a fix, but we'll see. So far, I think it's, like, it's not the greatest, but, I mean, I don't think it's, like, so bad that it turns me off of wanting to play and listen to the fun voice acting. But anyways, what if we try to use the cash register?
Wishful thinking.
Oh, I need to, also turn on the subtitles there. Wait, so, oh, and then there's open and close, right?
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George books, the mistake.
Interesting. What if we try to take some money?
Gabriel, that's all the change money I have. Touch it, and you can kiss your hand goodbye.
Would I do that to you?
Maybe not. We can also just look.
The cash register contains about $20 in small bills and change.
And what is this?
It's a gift certificate left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
Oh, can I have that? I'm pretty sure with where I watched they were able to grab this.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
But yeah, I guess I've never really played many of these kind of games, but I get basically for the Overwatch I get the idea is you kind of generally have to like try and find what objects you can pick up with around the place and to use in other places. And it doesn't really necessarily tell you, so you really have to kind of like look at just about everything and try to figure out what you can take or otherwise interact with. So yeah, we'll see. I may end up having to look up like some guides or something if it gets to be too kind of frustrating. Because I know sometimes some games, like, you know, sometimes game designers, the way that they decide to make you progress and things, like, just isn't something the way you would really like the logic to think about it. Sometimes it's very strange logic, so yeah, I mean, that's not even just like the other game like this necessarily specifically, yeah, not exclusive to this kind of game, but Yeah, because I know, like, I guess I remember, like, when I was playing, Divinity Original Sin, which I never finished, and I eventually would like to get back to, just like a lot of other games that I've only partially played. I remember there was, like, one of the things I think turned me off of, like, continuing with that game at the time was there was, like, a quest to solve, like, a murder mystery, and it was, like, I basically had figured, there was certain, so many suspects kind of available, and, like, I basically had figured out who it was, but I couldn't figure out how to progress it, and I ended up, like, having to look it up and found out that in order to progress that case, I had to, like, basically continue looking into another suspect that I already knew was not it. So it was kind of like illogical, because it was like I had to, like, look into someone that I already knew it wasn't, because I'd already kind of figured out who it was. So yeah, something like that can kind of be a little frustrating. So we'll see if we can get into anything like that here. But for now, I guess we just kind of want to walk around and look at everything and figure out what we can pick up, because then we're gonna go out and look at leads. So yeah, basically from what I watched, it's a lot about voodoo. It's just like going around and like asking like everyone about voodoo and stuff, and like there's some kind of voodoo related murders, and that's about all I really know specifically right now. So we'll see. But anyways, what if I just look at Grace?
Don't mind if I do.
Do what?
Oh, nothing.
But yeah, it's kind of funny, like, yeah, there's definitely, like, a bit of a charm so far with this game, like, even just kind of the way that our protagonist here is, like, this kind of stereotypical womanizing male lead of sorts, and everything is just kind of very interesting. It's kind of, like, a little over the top, even with how like, sleazy he is, but anyways, what if I try to take Grace? That's kind of, like, funny thing, like, you can do in the game
like I haven't tried.
What if you try, like, it's, now I kind of just want to, like, try, like, absurd things, though.
If wishes were ponies.
Move her.
The desk is too
Oh, no,
heavy to be moved.
I wasn't clicking on her.
Move that
On that.
wall of ice? Good luck.
But this is just, I guess, for moving around, so I don't think I can use that on things. What if I try to open her?
I don't even want to think about what you mean.
It's honestly really funny that they put in all these different voice lines for all this stuff too, though. Especially, what's interesting is this is, like, as old of a game as it is, right? It has, like, all this voice acting to it, when, like, a lot of older RPGs are, like, all, like, silent voice actors and silent protagonists, and, like, just not in very minimal voice acting. So it's interesting how much voice acting there is in this, and that's, I guess, a big part of the charm and a big part of why I was kind of drawn into wanting to play it. But anyways, let's start moving things along, I guess. Let's start. Oh, actually, let's talk Grace here, because she did have some messages for us, I guess.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Yep, ask about voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
And what about the voodoo murders? Kind of throwing me off, like it doesn't... Or those do, but like these ones... Oh, it is highlighting. Okay, I thought it would, like, the color wasn't changing and highlighting, but it's just like such a similar color I can hardly tell. Anyways, voodoo murders.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
And what about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
What about yourself?
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
How do you like working at St. George's?
How do you like working at St. George's Books?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
How old are you?
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
I mean, Gabriel, shouldn't you know that's one of the things you should not ask a woman, right? But anyways, how come we haven't gone out yet?
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
I really like Grace. So far she's definitely a very fun character. Let's see, what do you do after work?
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me.
Yeah, the audio was pretty bad. I don't know, I might end up looking into that again. I don't know, I might be able to suffer through it, but I can understand if you don't want to. But anyways, let's see, just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I just got my master's in history and classics. My folks wanted me to go on right away for my PhD, but 18 years of school was enough. I needed a break.
Yeah, I can imagine. I was in school for a while too. Not to get a master's, just ended up taking me a little longer than otherwise, than I really should have to get my degree. Probably just due to like certain prerequisites and stuff just ended up like leading me to have to take a lot more time with everything. And then now I'm not even using my degree, so yeah. Kind of feels like all that time was wasted. So yeah, I definitely would not want to go on to even more school. So I feel you, Grace. I feel you. Yeah, I wonder what she's planning to do with that degree. I mean, not really a whole lot you can do with a degree in history except like teach. So assume teaching. Anyways, never mind.
Nothing, I guess. Never mind.
Suit yourself.
Alright, messages.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Alright, I guess that's it. I don't think we can request any research right now. What is this option?
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
Oh, goodness. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and... I don't know how often... How do you... It will not let me... That's weird, it won't let me go to the other side of this. Hold on, where is that? Where's return on this keyboard? I don't know, I just kinda, I just wanted to put this at the end here. Anyways, but yeah, what did it say the difference was between those? I think one is supposed to be like an interrogate option, right? So I might want to use those more carefully. And oop, nope, not trying to quit. I want to use those more carefully in the future. Let me see. So there's ask to go in interrogation mode and then talk to chat. So I guess like that's more of like the full-on dialogue, and then this is just kind of general dialogue? I guess so. Okay. Wait, so let's see. What's this?
Grace keeps her art supplies here.
Can I open it?
There is nothing to open or close there.
Can I pick it up?
Gabriel wouldn't dare touch Grace's oil paints.
Okay. Let's see.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
Alright then.
The books on the desk all need repair work.
Right.
Grace likes the little banker's lamp. She has the soul of an accountant.
T.
Old medical reference texts are stored on an upper shelf. Real old.
What's this?
The book rack contains cookbooks, true crime, and puzzle books. An inspired combination.
Is that supposed to be reference to the elements going into the story, maybe? Maybe. What's over here?
The table provides a comfort center for customers' coffee, today's paper, and the most recent best-selling paperback. Unfortunately, few customers come in to enjoy it.
Oh, given Gabriel's attitude, I'm not fully surprised. Well, I guess if they just have to deal with Grace, maybe a little better. Can we pick up anything here?
That doesn't seem to be removable. Gabriel cannot see any way to pick that up.
Do I have to, like... I feel like I should be able to take some of this stuff. I might just have to get closer and look at it first. I'm not sure.
Handsome, isn't he?
No, I'm trying to look at these
Handsome,
stuff on
isn't
the table.
St. George Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character.
See, I'm trying to, like, as I know from the places I watched, I think there's, like, a pair of tweezers there I can pick up. I might also be able to pick up that magnifying glass, but, like, I might, like, I'm not sure, like, where exactly I have to point my cursor to actually find it here.
Handsome, isn't he?
Because I'm not trying to...
Handsome, isn't he?
Is it, like, off from where my cursor is?
St. George Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character.
Maybe if I use the pickup?
You've already got me, you lucky devil.
I'm not... Maybe because he's too close.
I'm gonna take the tweezers for a bit.
Good. You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Just trying to make you feel at home.
Okay, so I'll have to keep that in mind, because, like, when he was standing next to the desk here, I couldn't get the tweezers, because it kept, like, wanting to click on him. So I gotta remember, like, if he's nearby, he might somehow be covering up the interaction with the other objects. So we'll keep that in mind, because I think I can take
Mind
this
if I
too,
borrow
right?
the magnifying glass?
No, Sherlock. Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
Yeah, because, like, I think I need to be, like, collecting different objects so I can use them and to interact with stuff elsewhere eventually. I guess we'll see what all we need.
Today's newspaper is on the counter.
Can I take it?
Times-Picayune, dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the Voodoo murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic, and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Oh, and I think, yeah, I remember from watching, playthrough, I think these, like, points or some, yeah, it shows your current score and the maximum points possible. So there's, like, a point system, I guess, to the game, which is kind of interesting, yeah. So I guess it's not just, like, playing through it, it's not just about playing through it, you know, all the way. There's also, like, I guess this is just, like, to gamify it a bit more. So there's, like, a bit of a perfect score to try and achieve or something, maybe. I don't know how much I really care about that, but we'll see. Can we do anything with the coffee machine?
Blessed caffeine.
Maybe, or can we use something here?
The coffee has already been made.
Oh, okay, can I take some? Yes. Be a nice start to the day.
Good coffee.
Right. Alright, what's over here?
Under the window are reference books, dictionaries, foreign language dictionaries, quotation books, and others. Gabriel borrows them often when he's writing.
Yep, I mean, I guess if you own a bookstore, you can kind of use it as your own personal library, essentially. I don't think there's anything we can take from there, right? No.
Gabriel leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Let's see, Mittag means midday, noon.
Okay, so just like reading random stuff
Gabriel
here.
leafs through a German-English dictionary.
Spiel means game. Interesting.
Okay, just random little tidbits. I don't think that's really important to anything right now. Let's see, what about over here?
The chandelier is original. Gabriel finds it charming. All right. He can't afford to replace it.
I love the character doll, the narration, and the narrator's accent and everything.
That shelf contains historical references, biographies of kings and queens, that sort of thing. The top shelf contains books on animals, including snakes and other reptiles.
Yep, I'm guessing we're gonna be coming back to that at some point, based on the little intro thing that played. Or I think, was there a snake in that? I don't know, but snake is kind of like a voodoo thing, right?
That shelf contains historical
Oh.
references, biographies of kings and queens, that sort of thing.
Thought I clicked on a different one.
That
I
shelf
guess okay,
contains
I guess they both do. Okay.
That shelf holds used copies of the Dime Strife series, secrets of unsolved ancient UFO mysteries and such. They just leap out the door.
Okay then. I assume that's sarcasm. Let's see.
Dramatic, isn't it? Gabriel didn't eat for 3 weeks after splurging on that coat. He has a thing for black leather.
Yeah, we definitely got that struggling writer stereotype going hardcore right now for our main dude here. Anyways, we should probably take our jacket here.
It's a bit warm in here. Gabriel decides to wait until he leaves to put on his coat.
Okay, makes sense. And what about this little statue over here?
Cute gargoyle, eh?
I assume I can't take it with me.
The gargoyle is heavier than it looks.
Well, he tried, though. He tried. But yeah, I know from watching the playthrough that we can go back here to his living quarters. And maybe get some more stuff here. Oh, there is a nasty looking mask over here.
Mardi
That immediately
Gras
catches my attention.
mementos left by some female or other.
Alrighty then.
The typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
It's kind of like me. I've been meaning to do some writing again for a long time, and I just keep like putting it off, even though it's like one of those things I love to write, but just like I don't know, I just have difficulty like getting myself to jump into it sometimes. And I do feel guilty, unlike Gabriel here. Though maybe he does actually feel guilty and is just pretending, because he's kind of one of those dudes that would do that. So why did the music suddenly stop? That's kind of weird.
The desk phone is cheap, but functional.
Alright.
Another month of missing my mortgage. I'll be pushing those pencils on the street.
Yeah.
The wastebasket overflows with crumpled pages of mediocre glory. A small trunk serves as a table for the radio. Several dozen books, including a few of Gabriel's novels, occupy the shelves above his desk.
So what's this note here specifically?
Several dozen
Is it-
books.
Okay, maybe I can't. What is this?
The desk phone is
Oh,
cheap.
that's right. What was this about?
Gabriel's desk has been gathering dust since his last novel.
Okay, can I call anyone? Oh, I have to know the number, I guess. What if I just call 911? Can I not do that?
There's nothing there to operate. There's nothing there to operate.
Okay, can I go out of it then? Obviously, I don't know any numbers yet to call. Can I take a pencil?
If Gabriel picked up a pencil, he might actually have to write something.
Alrighty then.
The typewriter is too heavy to lug round.
Well, obviously, yes. Can I use the radio?
Do you have men problems? Someone put a hex on you? Call Sister Cross through the power of love and Lord Jesus Christ, she can fix what's ailing you.
Alrighty then. Let's see. Well, I got some music again at least.
Gabriel's bedroom is also his office, studio, and library.
Well, naturally.
A little cold bubbly and brie cheese is about all Gabriel's fridge ever has in it. Bills from last Christmas gather dust on the door. Gabriel's bedroom is also
trying to
his...
see what's above it.
Gabriel's bed...
At Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every title 50%. When you see our selection and prices, you will never want to shop with those little guys again.
Alrighty then, that must be our competition. We can't afford to have an ad on the radio.
Gabriel, shut the refrigerator, please. I could smell it from here.
Women.
Alrighty then,
Hi, this is Ray Bob Gelmy saying come on down to Gelmy Auto Center for the best deals in new and used transportation. You'll be glad you did.
gosh, so many ads on this radio.
jeans and t-shirts.
Can I take anything?
All my clothes look the same, so why change them?
Fair enough, I guess. What's up here?
Jeans and
Oh, just the
t-shirts.
same thing. Yeah, literally, they
You're
all do look the
listening to
same.
KLEB in New Orleans, where we play the best music 24 hours a day. Don't that night?
With the most ads a day, it seems, too.
The dresser holds a meager supply of underwear and 38 pairs of mismatched socks.
Oh, I mean, if all the socks are the same color, it wouldn't be a
At
problem.
Giant Discount Bookstore, we discount every
Okay,
title
let me-
50%. When you see our selection and prices, you will never want to shop with those little guys again.
Okay, let me turn the radio off so we stop getting all these ads. Wonder if I'll have to listen to that later to find out something. Or if it's just for fun. Anyways, what's over here?
A poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans.
New Orleans. I love the way she says that.
The dresser holds a meager
Oh,
supply.
that's right, we just looked at that. What about the stuff on the dresser, though?
There's a flashlight on the dresser. This building's wiring leaves a lot to be desired.
Okay, maybe we can take that. What else is on
Gabriel's
here?
bed. Gabriel's...
Okay.
It's Gabriel's bed. Unmade as usual.
What about these books?
Gabriel's bed.
Okay, it's just the same thing.
Mardi Gras.
Okay. Let's see if we can take this flashlight. Seems to be really the only thing of significant interest in here right now.
I might need a flashlight.
Yep, you might. Yeah, I'm just gonna save pretty frequently. I mean, I do that in every game anyways, but especially now. In a game like this that is so old and I don't know how exactly it's gonna work out. Alright, anyways, let us head out, I guess. Nothing else to do here. Can we... Oh, that's the oh, can I go into the bathroom? Wait, hold on. Or can I look at the stuff in the bathroom? I actually didn't really pay attention to that.
The medicine cabinet contains a few old prescriptions, personal hygiene stuff, and lots of hair products, including some hair gel.
Can I take something from here?
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Anything else?
There's nothing else Gabriel needs from the medicine cabinet.
I'll write you then.
It's Gabriel's bathroom.
I really got to get around to cleaning up in there.
Yep. It's like one of those things everyone needs to do, right? Clean the bathroom. And it's like, I need to clean up in there, but I don't really feel like doing it. It's just gonna get dirty again anyways. But eventually, you know, you do it, and then it's like the whole cycle starts again. Anyways, let's head out, I suppose. However, I have to open the door, right?
I've got some things I need to do.
See ya.
Definitely glad to see us gone. Okay, let's see. Julian House, Jackson Square Overlook, Square, Sloan Cathedral. The museum seems like a pretty good place to start. Oh, we get a little scene of him riding.
Hi.
Oh, there, huh?
Look around all you want.
Okay, thanks.
Who's this outside?
A street drama has settled outside the museum.
Interesting.
Reminds me of a book critic for the New York Times. He's got more hair than Mosley.
Flickering candles lend an appropriately spooky atmosphere to the museum. An official voodoo wish and stump. Rabbit and make a wish, a card say.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
Okay then.
A wooden doll with horns is on the back table.
Looks like Jack Nicholson.
Can't really see it very well, so I'll take your word for it, Gabriel.
The Historical Voodoo Museum is brimming with items authentic and original. Large, elaborate drums occupy a corner of the museum. A counter at the back displays brochures and a donation basket.
I think Gabriel needs the one who needs a donation basket right now.
A striking portrait of a turbaned woman is on the back wall. Gabriel wonders who she might be. An authentic-looking pole marks the center of the room. Authentic what? Gabriel isn't sure. A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
Yeah, that honestly looks like a really way too small of a cage for that big of a snake.
It's a basket for donation to the Free Museum.
Oh, that makes sense. It's a free museum. Let me...
Gabriel doesn't see any use in consulting that.
Oops, I didn't mean to click on that. Let's see, what would the chat option do for us?
So, how's the museum business?
I don't know. I don't normally work here.
Okay then. Can I ask you a question?
Could I ask you a few questions?
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
I see. Thank you.
Alright, I'll have to wait for day 2 for that one, I guess, then. I assume I can't take anything
Even
in here.
if that were for sale, Gabriel couldn't afford it.
Okay, so... What is that thing on here?
Damn. I've always wanted a skeleton with a bowl on its head.
I have a feeling we're gonna end up having to put something in that bowl at some point, maybe. Anyways, for now, I guess we'll just head out. There's much to do here until day 2 and the other guy's here.
This coffin is so small. Interesting.
Cute, isn't it?
Adorable. Do you know anything about it?
Afraid not.
Oh. I was just trying to go out the door. Wait, what is this?
On the table is a small coffin. So small, in fact, that it would only fit an infant.
Charming.
Yeah, I don't know why you'd call it cute. I mean, I know it's small, but the implications of it are definitely not cute. Anyways, can we leave, please? Can
I'll be gone now, thanks.
I? Okay, there we go.
So long.
Sometimes it's hard to tell, like, where the door is and all this pixel art. Okay, well, go to the drugstore then.
Hi.
Uh-huh.
Hi there. Is this your store?
This is a Dixieland drugstore, and I own it, me. Name's Walker. Willie Walker.
Alright, can I ask you some questions?
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want. I'll answer what I want.
Fair. Let's see, what about Voodoo?
Can you tell me what you know about Voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Okay, you still might know something, though.
What do you know about the Voodoo murders?
Cabriz Sancour.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
Well, Caprice Encore?
What did you mean when you said Cabri sans corps?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Well, blatant gaslighting. It definitely means it's important. New Orleans.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I've lived here all my life, me.
Okay, that was more about you than New Orleans, but okay. What about you?
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
Yeah, you said that already. I guess that's all you'll say about yourself. Okay. Well, bye. I'm just gonna take a look around here real quick.
Herbal oils for love, luck, power, and success. In this case are super concentrated fixing oils and packages of pins.
Lodestone powder. 5-finger grass. Something tells me I'm not in Kansas anymore. Lodestone powder.
Oh, okay, same thing.
Herbal.
Okay.
The sign says potion ingredients. These jars must be for do-it-yourselfers.
Yeah, just a novelty shop, clearly.
It's nearly as old as the one at St. George's.
Wonder if it's as empty.
Root bags, curio boxes, and magic candles, sold as curios only. We cannot guarantee results. Small bags made of felt and flannel hang from the ceiling.
Those are gree-gree. They're full of magic. No guarantees, though, you know.
I guess that's one way to get out of having to your deal. Just say everything you sell is a novelty. Hey, I got some medicine for you, but hey, it's just a novelty, so I can't guarantee the results.
The Dixieland drugstore is crammed from top to bottom with strange merchandise, some or all of which seems to be related to the practice of voodoo.
Yeah, which is important, because that's what we're researching right now.
A variety of cloth dolls are arranged above the shelf, each impaled with a single silver pin. The entire shelf is stocked with containers of High John the Conqueror root powder.
Wonder what that's for. Anyways,
The glass jars contain a number of things Gabriel can't identify.
And wouldn't want to.
For now, at least. Until they
The
become story relevant.
Dixieland drugstore is crap.
That one,
The Dixieland... The Dix...
what about this thing?
It's a mannequin wearing a crocodile mask.
Okay, nothing more about that. Alright, what's this sign?
The sign say, Special Saint Jean Eve, Lagnappe, free bottle of lover come back to me oil, or master gambling oil, with every purchase over $50.
Lagniappe. My French is lousy, but everyone in New Orleans knows what that means. A little something extra.
Can I ask him about that at all?
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
St. John's Eve.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
It's the biggest night of the year in Voodoo.
What goes on exactly?
I couldn't say.
Okay, then. So you know that that's the biggest night of the year in Voodoo, but you're like, oh, I don't know anything about Voodoo itself. Yeah, sure. Anyways, I'm just gonna make sure I save, before I go out again. Or, I don't know. I don't know if it'll really matter. I don't know if I may end up having to reload depending on things go, I guess. Anyways, let's head out, I guess. That's all we can do for now. Right here, seems like. So I guess let's just go, to the cathedral? I guess we'll just go, yeah, just from place to place here and see what we can do for right now. Let's see.
The chancel of St. Louis Cathedral consists of a raised dais, an altar, 2 pedestals, and a choir area. At least the cherubs are an aesthetic way of asking for donations.
Yeah.
Flags of the world are displayed from the upper story. A promotion of the universal harmony, no doubt.
What about over here?
There's an inconspicuous door near the chancel.
Can I go in there? See.
A padded red bench provides seating. Green candles. Could that mean something?
Probably not.
Probably not. For now, at least.
It's a picture of Christ. A crucifix adorns the wall. The closet shelves are stacked with the odds and ends of a saintly life. In other words, nothing Gabriel is familiar with. Long ceremonial robes hang in the closet. Green candles.
Probably not.
The vase adds a nice touch. Appropriately sacred books are laid out on the table.
I love my hair.
Okay, then. Can I take any of the candles?
Gabriel does not need any wax candles.
Okay, what about the crucifix?
The crucifix might come in handy. But Gabriel does not feel guilt-free enough to wield it.
Alright then, what about anything in here?
Nothing on that shelf interests Gabriel. Gabriel cannot see himself wearing a long robe.
Oh, the black one you can, okay.
I can't resist black.
Okay, now we're in a priest's robe. Oh, what about up here?
The closet shelves,
Oh.
in other words.
Same thing, okay. So that might be it for here, okay. How do I exit now? Okay. What about this door over here? Or is that the front door?
That door must lead to the priest's side of the confessionals.
Oh. Can I go there?
Gabriel cannot go in there. That's the priest part of the confessionals.
I mean, technically we shouldn't go in there, not to say we can't. You know. But anyways, let's go. Let us go. Guessing maybe there'll be some people in here eventually at some point to talk to. Or exit, there we go, okay. That's nice, it actually said exit on the thing. Right, Jackson Square.
Jackson Square is a good place to rest while exploring the French Quarter, and a great place to be entertained by local performers. A blues band entertains on the lawn. Now that's music.
What's that?
People seem to be enjoying the park, despite the lack of sunshine. People seem...
Guessing I can't talk to any of them if they're like just wandering around like that. And I assume I can't talk to any of these people, but we can see.
The band is too into their music to talk to Gabriel.
Yeah. What is this? Is it a water fountain or a trash can over
Give
here?
a hoot.
What?
Give a hoot. Gabriel doesn't want to take that out of the park.
Alright then. Figured maybe we could rummage in the trash can, because that's kind of a game thing, isn't it? Oh, is that all that's in here? Can I talk to any of the people that are like...
The other park visitors are enjoying their leisure and aren't interested in talking to Gabriel.
Alright, makes sense. Let's head out here. Oh, this is another section.
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Can we talk to him?
The drummer is busy.
Okay, we walked all the way over there to be like, nope. Alrighty then. Oh, can I see this now?
Give a hoot.
What is that line for? Alrighty then. Did we just exit now? Oh, there's more over here, okay.
It's one of those mimes. Oh boy. Since Gabriel can't read lips, he's disinclined to start a conversation.
Are mimes even really still a thing anywhere these days?
A Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn.
Hey, stop picking on me! I'll tell my dad!
Oh, she didn't get to finish her
A
reception.
Cajun band, inventive as always with their instruments, is having a good old time on the lawn. Funny how catchy that toe tapping can be.
I assume we can't talk to any of those guys.
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Alright then, you could have just said mime, lady. We didn't see these guys,
That
right?
jazz band is pretty good. Of course, most jazz bands in New Orleans are.
Lots of people playing music around here. Not much to investigate. Alright, can I fully exit now? Let us go to Jackson Square Overlook.
Four pairs of binoculars are rigorously mounted on the cement floor.
That was a weird pause before she said that line there. Can I use this? Oh. Interesting. So we're gonna have to come back here at some point to look at these, I assume. And catch something or other. But for right now, I guess we don't really need to necessarily. Well, maybe I'll just check each one just to be safe. How do I see what items I have again anyway? I'm not sure. Oh. Yeah, how do I see my items? Is that in here? No. Wait, what is this? Oh. Like the dialogues that I've had? Oh, here we go. This is my inventory. Interesting.
Those two objects would have no effect on each other.
Okay, so eventually we can use the objects together. Interesting. We'll just say overlook. Don't know how many saves I can have. Or officially a limit anyways. Let's exit. Maybe it's always said exit on there, I just didn't notice before. Napoleon House. Not sure what that is, but I guess we'll go take a look. Oh, it's like a bar.
The bar is a 19th century antique in lovingly polished walnut. A stereo and some old jazz albums occupy the back shelf.
Here's the drummer dude again.
A street drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House. A small table, recently deserted, holds the remains of someone's drink.
Can I take their drink?
What do I need with a table?
No, with the drink.
I don't need it.
Oh. You want to drink it?
That doesn't work that way.
Oh, no, just checking.
The Napoleon House is one of the French Quarter's very old, very classic neighborhood bars and restaurants. Gabriel is found here frequently. A sharp-eyed gentleman in a gray sports coat hunches over a chessboard, chuckling to himself. A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard. An unhappy-looking man explores the dangers of drinking alone. Gabriel and the bartender are old pals. His name is Stonewall King, and he knows everybody round here.
So he should be a pretty good source of information then.
A young man is deep into conversation with his girlfriend and feeling no pain. A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute. Nah.
It's a bust of Napoleon. How apropos.
Let's see, who wants to talk?
What's up?
Buddy, I think the place you're looking for is down on Bourbon.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Buzz off.
Right. Sorry. Hi, how's it going?
It's been worse.
Alright then.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What do?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? I don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I'd never want to live anywhere else.
But how do you know? You haven't been everywhere else. It's St. John's Eve.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
Caprice encore.
Does the phrase caprice encore mean anything to you?
You know what goes in it?
I don't think it's a drink.
Oh, then I probably don't know anything about it.
Fair. What about you?
Tell me about yourself.
A good bartender listens to other people's life stories without telling his own.
Yeah, but you can still tell me a little bit about yourself. What about the patrons then?
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
This crowd, the ones you see, are mostly regulars. That guy and girl in the corner come here a lot. When they're not fighting, they're all over each other. In other words, they're in love.
What about the street musicians?
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say, enough already.
Sounds like my life.
Alright, enough for now. Anyone else in here? Yeah, if we're talking?
Hi, how's it going?
Could you excuse us? We're talking here.
Alright.
Hello there.
Excuse me. I was talking to the lady.
And she was listening raptly, I'm sure.
Alright then.
Nothing like a good game of chess, huh?
Yeah, well, this isn't a good game. This is torture.
Oh well, have fun. So, having a good game?
Shh. I'm concentrating.
Fine, alright.
Alrighty then. Can I use the jukebox?
That doesn't work that way.
Nope. Alright. I guess we'll just head back to the bookstore then. Oh, do I have to use the open? Yep.
You pack a wood.
Okay then. Oh jeez. Okay. Well, eventually we can go beyond the French Quarter, I guess. But for now, we'll just head back. Gosh, this audio on the map is really loud too. It's weird. Audio needs like some rebalancing in some areas of this game, it seems like.
Phew, it's humid out there. Made it back though.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Yeah, sometimes the audio, like, sometimes audio is fine, then sometimes it just pops out really loud like that. Anyways, anything else happened while I was gone? Oh!
Hey, kids.
Bruno, how nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare books.
That explains why I so rarely see anyone in here. Are you going to sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
Let's see. How much would you give me for it?
How much would you give me for it, Bruno?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, my boy. And soon.
What's with the little short look? It's definitely a look there. Alrighty then. I assume we'll be seeing more of him later. Hey, Grace. Anything happen?
So, what's new, Grace?
Your use of mathematics, for one thing. These books are unbelievable.
What can I say? I refuse to be bound by rules.
The strap marks on your bedpost speak otherwise.
That's just the same thing from earlier, but...
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Let's see, St. John's Eve?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. It must be a local custom. New Orleans love any excuse to celebrate.
And Caprice encore?
Do you know what caprice encore means?
No. Sounds French, though.
Yep, certainly does. What about messages?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What does she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay.
Right, anything else?
Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Anything else?
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humphhrey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station. At the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the Voodoo murders, would they?
Now, why would you say something like that?
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new Voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a really big...
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
Yeah, we get a lot of calls when we head out for a little bit, don't we? Well, can we request any research?
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Nothing, I guess.
I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Okay, then. Oh, in that case, we got some points. I think that's what that noise is. Oh wait, what is... Wait, so I choose if I click on something, and then I hit play, is it... Oh, it's like up here then, for me to use.
Gabriel can see that just fine without magnification.
Oh yeah, so I gotta be like, I can use these in different places. So I have to keep that in mind. Okay. Oh, you know what? I could use that priest robe. I wonder if I could like wear that priest, or I don't know if that was a robe, whatever it was. Yeah, I could wear that thing maybe and go into the confessional booth, maybe. I don't know what that would do for me, but interesting. Anyways, let's go back here. Well, actually, no, that's right. Oh, we said we weren't gonna call the dude, right? Oh yeah, because I don't know his number anyway. I was thinking, oh, we need to call that dude, but no, we actually don't. That's right. Can I? There we go. Yeah, here it doesn't have the exit sign. It's a little harder to tell where to click. Okay, well in that case, I guess we can go see Grandma. I know, I kind of want to stop by the chapel and see if we can do that. I'm kind of curious, actually. Oh, that's right. We have to open the door.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Righty then. Yeah, let's head to the... I'm just kind of curious. We don't really have a reason to do it, so I probably shouldn't even try it, but I'm just curious if I can put that on. Let's see. Can I, like, use that on him?
There's no reason to wear that at the moment.
Okay. So no reason to wear that at the moment, but maybe eventually we can do that. Okay. Anyways, let's just go to Grandma's house then, I guess. Is that in the wider map? Yes.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
What?
How you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Yep, and I wasn't even at work when you called anyway.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
What about Voodoo?
What can you tell me about Voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear about it so much these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
What about the murders?
What do you know about the Voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
What about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern. Of course, though, not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
What about St. John's Eve?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
Interesting. What about Caprice encore?
Do you have any idea what Caprice encore means?
I love the way he says that.
Something without something, I think. My French is so rusty. I swear my mind is going.
It's okay, thanks.
What about yourself, Grandma?
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Oh, surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
Oh, come on, Gran.
All right, dear. What do you want to hear?
What do you do all day?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden. I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddad.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas, corn, cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
And how did you meet Granddad?
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend Alma, and at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fire and brimstone annex, and a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. It was then I knew that he was for me.
That's sweet. How are you feeling these days?
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Anything else?
Just tell me anything at all.
I never loved any man but your grandfather, and I never will.
Just tell me anything at all.
I hate to admit it, but I was a jealous little thing when your granddad and I were younger. I loved him so ferociously, and he did attract the eyes of the ladies, whether he wanted to or not.
Oh, nothing.
Oh, nothing, never mind.
All right, dear.
What about the Knight family?
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
How about Harrison Knight?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
And what about Philip?
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were 2 peas in a pod.
And what about my mother?
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will.
Maybe I will. Let's compliment her, Grandma.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
Alright. That's enough for now, Grandma. Let's see.
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Gramps when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes.
Right then.
Granny has a way with plants and kids. Granny's knitting. She whips through that stuff like there was no tomorrow. The wood in the bin is southern pine and is probably fossilized by now. Grandmother Knight rarely uses the fireplace these days. Too much of a hassle to clean.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. And she probably also doesn't get... Because I think when people get old, as people get older, they usually are colder, aren't they? And don't get hot as much, maybe. Like after they hit a certain age. Oh, I'm not sure how old she's supposed to be here. Anyways,
Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. Fresh carnations. Granny's favorite. Granny likes soft lighting. Mostly pictures of Gabriel.
Alright,
Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here make him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
He's a independent spirit. Needs to get on his own, huh?
That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries.
Alright, can we go upstairs?
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
That box of knickknacks has been up there for at least 5 years. It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
Of course, that's what he thinks about. Alrighty.
That must have been the year Granddaddy caught Santa on the roof.
Grandma's attic is a storehouse of forgotten treasures and useless junk. It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran's Virginia Woolf period.
Gabriel has seen these ornaments every year at Christmas for as long as he can remember. An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It doesn't seem to be running at the moment. The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back. The brass bed frame is from God knows where. The old velvet curtains hung in the parlor before Gran lightened up the place. That box of...
Okay, can we open the box?
There is nothing to open or close there.
Can we use it?
That doesn't work that way.
Okay, take anything?
There's nothing I want in there.
Okay, just checking. Can we open this chest?
The lid is blocked by the clock.
Oh, can we move the clock? I mean, we don't want to take it, I assume.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock.
Yeah, okay. Let's just open this box then.
The trunk contains some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen?
Serious hiking boots. More of Harrison Knight German book.
Just what I need.
And a bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca.
Oh, that's sweet. I don't think we could probably take any of that stuff.
I don't think there's anything in that trunk that would interest anybody but my Gran.
Yeah. Let's close it up. But she said something about going through the father's things. Where are the father's things?
It's Granddaddy's old golf bag.
Grandma's attic. Grandma's...
Confused. I thought, yeah, she said something about going through the dad's things, but so far we can't.
It's an old metal tub full of dust and cobwebs.
None of this seems to be the dad's stuff right now.
Grandma's Grandma's...
Okay, all that's just the same. What's this thing?
There's a sketchbook on the chair that Gabriel vaguely remembers as his father's.
Can I take that?
I think I'd take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
Yeah, it'll probably be useful. Something. Nope. I meant to... Save. There we go. Yeah, I thought we were supposed to go through the dad's things, but none of the stuff in here is his, except that sketchbook. I mean, unless, yeah, because there's nothing down here, right? Can we go any further into the house? Maybe down this way? Can I ask about his things?
That's it. Take a load off, hon.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Nope, I can't ask about his things, it doesn't seem like. I thought I was supposed to go through his stuff. But, okay. Well, we'll come back, I guess, later, whenever I need to. Maybe this was just purely for exposition? Oh, that's right, open. I gotta open it. Oh, I keep forgetting. Oh, what the?
Well,
oh,
Gran,
okay.
I'd better get going.
All right, dear.
I was like, why are you going away from the door? Okay, back to the French Quarter. Let us go to the police station, I suppose. Or, oh, he did ask us to. Yeah, we could go to the cemetery, like she asked, I guess, first.
The marks are reddish in color and reminds Gabriel of crosses. They look like they've been here a few days at least. Vases seem to be a favorite decoration for the dead. New Orleans is famous for its above-ground tombs. The high water table prevents bodies from being interred underground. The name Ross is inscribed on this old tomb.
Oh, she's trying to make it all super spooky in her narration here, huh?
Food, trinkets, and more unsettling things have been left at Marie Laveau's tomb as offerings from believers. Food, trinkets. This is the tomb of Marie Laveau, Voodoo Queen of New Orleans. Odd-looking marks adorn the Laveau tomb wall.
And I assume those will play some importance later.
A marble snake. Now that's cheerful.
A stone angel stands silently before a tomb. This old tomb is in a sorry state of disrepair.
There's probably no one left in the family to maintain it.
An angel with a cross stands guard over one of the tombs. It's an imposing marble tomb from the last century. Gabriel can barely make out the name. Hamilton.
The way she said that means it's probably going to be significant. Anyways, the Resurrect family tomb.
The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Gran's family members are laid to rest here. Here and there in the cemetery, straggly plants grow in stone planters.
I'll have to catch that guy at some point to talk to him, but now let's see.
This family tomb bears the inscription, "Rest in peace," and the name, Fullermill.
The way she says these names makes it sound like we should be taking notes.
Saint Louis Cemetery, number 1, is one of the most historic and beautiful places in the French Quarter. A wrought iron fence surrounds this tomb.
I hope that's to keep people out.
Yeah. Don't need any zombies in our story here. Voodoo's supernatural enough for us.
Vases seem to be a favorite decoration.
Oh yeah, she already said that earlier.
An odd monument highlights one grave site. It looks vaguely reptilian.
That's gonna be important.
A high iron fence with sharp spikes surrounds the cemetery. Several generations of an old New Orleans family rest here in relative peace. A grinning grotesquerie tops one section of the cemetery fence.
And is this as far as we can go in here? Oh, nope, we can go down this way too.
This tomb is smaller than most others in the cemetery.
Kind of a pup tent for the dead.
It's kind of an apt description, but kind of insensitive, Gabriel.
Most of the plaster has fallen away over the years to reveal walls of red brick. A stone angel leans down to gaze at something unseen.
I don't know why that sounds like puzzly.
Most of the plaster has fallen away over the years.
Okay, that's just all it says about that. I thought it would maybe tell me what tomb it was.
Two enormous vases flank the front of the Getty tomb. This old tomb has a sword carved into the stone below the name of the deceased. An angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb.
Oh, I thought that was like some kind of blanket or something. No, that's a statue. Interesting.
With a few exceptions, these tombs are all beginning to look alike.
Assume that means that this is like as far as we can go?
To the east there is only the back wall of the cemetery. Gabriel cannot go any further in that direction.
Alright, thank you for that clear indication there, game. Alrighty then, let's go find that dude. See what we can ask him about. Continue.
Excuse me, sir?
Yeah? What can I do for you?
You been working here a long time?
Longer than you've been alive, son. I mayhaps be here longer than you'll be alive, for that matter.
Maybe.
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Lord Voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
They say it was part of an old religion from Africa, brought here by slaves.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Ain't it just awful, them finding those bodies with voodoo things around them? I don't think there's any real voodoo going on. Somebody's trying to cover their tracks is all.
Could be. Kind of a very specific thing to focus on, though.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Seem like everybody want to visit New Orleans at least once in their lives. And they love the cemetery tour. I see tourists in here every day of the year.
I don't know that I've ever thought about going to visit a cemetery as part of tourism. I mean, maybe like if it was like a really something really interesting. I mean, I guess technically when you think about like the pyramids are technically like a big giant cemetery, but that's kind of a little different, you know. Anyways, what about St. John's Eve?
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
Why, St. John the Baptist is the patron saint of voodoo. Sometimes we get some weird goings-on in that cemetery on that night. More often a few nights before. People taking grave dirt, bones, and more.
That's pretty disgusting.
Yep. Don't know what they do with them, but it can't be pretty.
Pretty some cool?
Do you have any idea what Caprice sans cœur means?
No, can't say that I do.
What about you?
Tell me about yourself.
My name is Toussaint Gervais. I'm the watchman here at St. Louis No. 1.
What exactly do you do here?
Oh, I keep the place tidy, cause, but a big part of my job, too, is looking out for the grievers, you know. People come to pay their respects, and they need looking out for. Sometimes they so grief-bound they don't know what they doing.
What about the cemetery?
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, #1.
You know why the dead are buried in tombs and not in the ground, don't you? The water table's too high. Them coffins would float right out of their graves. Them dead would go floating right down into the water. Course, if it were Mardi Gras, nobody'd even notice.
Anything else?
Tell me something about St. Louis Cemetery, #1.
It's a historical place. People buried in here from the Civil War and back further, too. Take a look around, you'll see.
Alright then. Maybe talk to you later if I need to. Let's see. Cemetery. Alright. Let's find our way out. To the police station now, I guess.
It's an antique umbrella stand. Nice coat rack. A swinging door connects the lobby and office areas. The desk sergeant looked like a poster boy for heart disease. 30 extra pounds between his armpits and his belt, and a complexion of consistency of grey oatmeal. In other words, a typical product of good southern cooking.
Didn't have to go so hard on him there, narrator. Goodness.
She's not bad.
Of course, every time you see a woman, Gabriel, huh?
A uniformed officer of the New Orleans Police Department. A uniformed...
Okay. Alright, let's go say hello.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so? That's peachy. That means more to me than you could know. Hey, it's a beignet guy.
Great, I'm starved.
Oh. Huh. It won't let me do anything right now.
Stay put, you. Hey, grab me 3, would ya?
Sure.
Oh. Well, sir, I'm just trying to talk to you. The game won't let me ask good questions right now.
Thanks.
Alright, can I talk to you now?
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
About voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
What about the murders?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Oh yeah, makes sense. What about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in New Orleans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
Yeah, and the shape you're in, I don't think you should be trying to catch any criminals on the street or anything, huh? So what about St. John's Eve?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Bunch of crazies out there on St. John's Eve, that's what. We're busy all night.
Really? What kind of crazies?
Your usual howl at the mooners, I guess. They don't look no weirder than them that comes in during Mardi Gras. Never can tell, though.
What about Caprice encore?
Do you know what Caprice encore means?
Can't say that I do.
What about you?
Tell me about yourself.
Who, me? I'm the Desk Sergeant Frick, why?
Frick?
That's right. You got a problem with that?
Not at all.
No, it's just kind of a weird name, honestly. Detective Mosley?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at the crime scene. Sorry.
Right, photographs.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah. I got something for you, all right. Soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
Alright, well I guess we're done talking.
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
Thanks.
Alrighty, I'll be going now then. Actually, can I look at the thing you gave me?
Those two objects would have... Those two
How do I just like oh I can there's stuff I can do in here. Okay. Hold on, I can look at stuff in here.
The envelope from Mosley is a plain manila one. It feels pretty light.
What about his sketchbook actually?
Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil.
Oh, is that like a read option? Let me see, like open.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs.
Okay. I didn't realize I should be doing this with stuff in the inventory. Okay.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Yeah, definitely shouldn't be giving that out to just anyone, but I guess it'll help us out.
The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
What about, this?
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Well, I mean, the game is called Sins of the Fathers, and I'm pretty sure in the description it said something about like a family lineage thing. It's kind of spoiled the fact that I guess there's something going on in his family that's been passed down to him. Which we're gonna get into here.
This is the last page of inventory.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if I had anything more. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess... Oh, I keep forgetting to hit open on the door. Guess we could go back, see if there's any new messages for us at the bookshop.
Hey, Grace. Here I am.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Anything new, Grace?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Messages?
Do you have messages for me?
Nope. None right now.
Alright, I guess we just have to go out and see where we can progress things. I mean, since I did watch that bit of the playthrough, I do kind of know how we're gonna get to that crime scene. So, we don't really have to wander
I'll be back
about
later.
for right now.
Have fun.
At least. So we're gonna go to, I believe, the park again here. And there's gonna be a cop we can finding some stuff out with.
A police officer is either off duty or patrolling the park, or both.
Corner request assistance.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
Alrighty then, well...
Coroner requests assistance at the
Yeah, it has to do with the mime, from what I remember. I gotta go get the mime to mess with him.
Since Gabriel can't read lips, he's disinclined to start a conversation.
Wait, so how do I get the mime involved?
It's one of those mimes. Oh boy.
Oh, do I just have to get him to follow me, I think it was?
Well, I never! Leave me alone, you man!
Alright, come. Come and bother me. Alright, I think I just have to get close. Okay, there we go. Bring him over to the cop. Distract him so we can use his radio and find out where the crime scene is.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister. You want some of this?
Okay, let's go use his radio.
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 911.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey, you! Get away from that bike.
Sorry.
Alright, it's alright. I've already got everything I need. I'm just gonna save this as crime scene because we're about to go there. Alright, let's head to the crime scene. Or I guess I gotta go this way. Choose a crime scene. What is that? I guess out of the French Quarter? Yes.
The crime scene team is still at the site. Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks over to avoid adding to the general confusion.
Hey, mostly.
Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Well, for the book. But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh?
Of course not.
It's another one, as you can see. Same M.O. and no frickin' clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
Someone important, I assume.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Whoa, I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Malia Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Man, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
Unless you're Gabriel Knight.
We've about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though. I'll be back at the station. Stop by if you want to go over the case some more.
Thanks.
Alright then, let's go poking around this crime scene a little bit, I suppose.
Out damn the spot. Will these pristine banks ne'er be cleaned again?
Let me get back to the reference there.
Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see. But you wouldn't want to swim in it.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't just dump the body in the lake then. Maybe it wouldn't have been found for quite a while. I guess that maybe means they perhaps wanted it to be found, I suppose.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand. But if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
Can I look at that? Or not that,
The lines in the sand are fairly large. Magnification wouldn't make them any clearer.
Okay, I just figured I'd try it. What's this?
Gabriel is on the sand and clay shore of Lake Pontchartrain, at the site where some poor bastard got to see who the voodoo murderers really are. The site is now deserted. Gabriel,
Okay.
The site is now deserted.
Can we go any further this way?
Lakeshore Drive runs round the entire lake. This is a particularly lonely stretch, but it's still a public road.
Oh, you know what? Can I sketch the lines in the sketchbook? I wonder. Where is it?
This is the...
This.
Let me try to get this down.
Yes, I figured there's gotta be something we need to do with that. Okay, let me see. Oh, no, I wanted to go to the next page. What does this do? Oh, same thing.
Images hard. The images touch a...
I thought we got the lines down.
Gabriel looks fondly at his father's sketchbook and charcoal pencil.
Oh, here it is. Okay, we tore the page out, I guess.
The partial pattern from the crime scenes intrigues Gabriel. What does it mean? The magnifying glass is an expensive
no.
one with an inlaid jade.
Now what if I just want to go back to... Okay.
Gabriel can see that just fine without magnification.
Okay, I just figured I'd take a look. Actually, what if I magnify the photo?
Gabriel can see that just fine without...
Just curious. Okay. Well, that's good. Let us, assume that... I think that's it for now. Maybe... What's over? What's that?
The trees on the banks of the lake are mostly oak and elm. Very old.
Okay, that's it. What over here?
Lake Ponchard. But you wouldn't want to... Gabriel is... The site is now...
Okay. Can we walk this way?
Gabriel wouldn't get far on foot.
Okay, I guess we just leave now. I think that's about it then. In that case, I think we can go back to the police station and talk to Mosley now, from what I remember from watching the person's playthrough. Okay.
Talking to thin air could get one arrested here.
Didn't actually mean to click on that.
Hey, nice precinct.
Think so?
Okay. Oh, wait.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
Detective Mosley.
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Alrighty then. Oh, I have to open this, right? Yes. Can I talk to this lady?
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
What's it like being a policewoman?
So, what's it like being a policewoman?
The glamour never ceases.
Just a few questions?
Officer Frick or Detective Mosley could probably be more help, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a photocopy machine in the office area. It's a file cabinet. There's a temperature gauge on the wall near Mosley's office. It's in a locked cage. They must be concerned about the budget.
Yeah. It's like where I work, man. We can't even set the temperature at all in the store. They have to set it from the corporate office, which means it can get very, very hot in there at times. And like they have to go, management has to like send a request to even get the temperature change or whatever. That's just kind of feels like really overboard. Straight right there. Anyways, is this office there?
Mosley's office door is unassuming, unlike Mosley himself.
Right? So, open. I keep wanting to use the walk one just to go everywhere, but now I gotta use open on things.
Hey. It's you, God help me.
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks. You know that, Knight?
I'm starting to get that impression.
Yep.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Alright, well, Voodoo.
What can you tell me about Voodoo?
There's voodoo that goes on in this city, sure. I looked into it a bit at the beginning of this case. But the voodoo stuff found at the crime scenes is all faked. It doesn't have anything to do with the real stuff. I know. I asked some experts. It's intimidation tactics, that's all.
What about the murders?
What do you know about the Voodoo murders?
Lots. Can you be more specific?
What about the killers?
Do you know anything about the killers?
At least 20 people attend the killings. We know this from the variety of footprints found at the scene.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Footprints? Aren't those as good as fingerprints?
Can be, but we'd have to have a suspect in custody first, and the suspect would have to match one of the few distinct prints we have. Most of the footprints are smudged, trodden over, unreadable. These guys are so casual in their expertise, it's maddening. Like they know we'll never find them.
That's crazy. 20 people involved in a murder, and that's kind of crazy. But I mean, that many people involved though, that may make it a bit easier to find, right? You just gotta. I mean, that many people that can slip up and let something out. How many murders have there been so far?
How many murders have there been so far?
7 murders have so far been linked to the Voodoo murders case. Now, the first murder occurred about 8 weeks ago. The MO was the same in each murder. Lake Pontchartrain was the 7th.
Wow, so that's like 1 murder a week, man. That's pretty fast, too. What type of evidence have you found?
What kind of evidence have you found?
No fingerprints, a few bare footprints. Found a few fibers, but not many. The weirdest one was leopard fur.
Leopard fur?
Describe the crime scenes.
Describe the crime scenes.
Well, there's the corpse itself, minus the heart. Around where the body was killed, we find marks and flour and blood. There are traces of wax from candles, red and black. Ordinary wax candles, so the lab reports. Also blood and feathers of chickens. Also goat's blood. And plenty of the victim's own, of course.
And what does the coroner say about this?
What's the coroner say?
The victim's heart is always ripped out of the chest and missing. We haven't located a single one of them.
Lovely. Any idea what they do with them?
Don't even want to know. Also, the coroner says some of the victims had heart attacks before the incision. Literally scared to death. The knife wounds are consistent with a long, narrow, wavy-edged knife. Probably a ritualistic dagger.
Any witnesses?
Any witnesses?
Nope. There's never been a single witness. No one's even heard a disturbance. It's damned weird. Like they just don't want people to see, and so nobody sees nothing.
Know anything about the victims?
Know anything about the victims?
The victims are all out-of-towners. We still don't know why.
Well, that's it for now.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
Sure, no problem.
I mean, I imagine out-of-towners so that there's no people local to the area. I mean, people won't notice them missing as fast. I mean, but I guess if they're leaving the bodies out just to be basically seen, then they're not really trying to cover it up. But, I mean, maybe out-of-towners, it could be, like, some kind of xenophobic kind of thing. Like, not wanting outsiders coming in. Or kind of, like, needing to sacrifice, etc. or something. I don't know. I mean, assuming that this is Voodoo-related, but given all the focus on Voodoo, maybe, no. I don't know. Anyways, what about New Orleans?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You and me grew up together. You tell me. It's a pretty nice place, even seeing the stuff I see. You know, the quarter's getting a bit too wild, though. Getting hard to control. Not quite what it was when you and me used to hang here, but hell, I've never known anything else.
True. What about St. John's Eve?
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
That's coming up, isn't it? We get some occasional weirdness in the quarter, but nothing much. Used to have a lot of strange things happen, though, or so I hear.
What about Capri-Sonko?
Do you have any idea what Capri-Sonko means?
Hell no. Is that French? My mother spoke it, but I always had a hard enough time just speaking English.
True enough.
What about you?
Tell me about yourself.
For the book?
Sure, why not?
Okay, what do you want to know?
How do you like working on the police force?
How'd you like working on the police force?
Are you kidding? You know I love being a cop. In New Orleans, it's the best place in the world to be one.
What are your plans?
What are your plans for the future?
Well, you know, I don't like to count my chickens before they're hatched, but I don't see why I can't be the chief of police of New Orleans someday. I already know the mayor, and my record is one of the best in the department.
I'm sure it's just a matter of moments, mostly.
Yeah, you'll see.
Got any hobbies?
Got any hobbies?
Yeah, making your life miserable.
I'm serious. Don't you shoot or chew or something like that?
No, I'm a freaking ballet dancer. Jeez. Yeah, I was #1 at the Louisiana State Fair Marksman Contest. I play trumpet, too. You know, put your lips together and blow.
Okay, then. How's your home life?
How's your home life?
Oh, real funny, Knight. Why don't you just bring in some frickin' salt? Well, you know Annie left me. My home life is shit.
Right. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry, I as the player do not know. So, if the opportunity is given to me, I'm going to ask it. But just tell me anything at all.
Just tell me anything at all.
Remember how we used to play monkey in the middle? We used to piss off our senior year teacher. What was her name? Ms. McKelly? You'd act like you were gonna toss her an eraser or something, then you'd throw it to me over her head. And we used to do it at your grand's, too. Like with the remote when she wanted to watch her soaps.
Yep. And it was a great way to pick up women in the library. Oh, those were the days.
Anything else?
Just tell me anything at all.
You know, my doctor told me I've got a little family of ulcers starting. I wish this case would end so I could get some rest for a change.
Alright then.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
It's your dime.
What the case status?
What's the status on the Voodoo murders case?
It's going. Can't seem to make any progress, though. Sluggish damn case. It's weird.
Coffee?
How about getting me some coffee?
Coffee? You want coffee?
Should that surprise you?
Nah, you've always been a caffeine addict. It's just that what we got here hardly qualifies.
So, I'm desperate.
It's your stomach. I'll get you some when we're done talking.
That long?
All right, I'll go now.
Okay then. Wait, is this supposed to be an opportunity for me to, like...
Don't touch anything while I'm gone.
This is supposed to be an opportunity for me to mess around and hear while he's gone, isn't it? Shit. Use the computer!
Gabriel cannot see a way to use that.
Oh, okay.
Mosley's desk has more groin on it than on his head.
Oh. He's back already?
Here, drink it.
I feel like that was supposed to be an opportunity to do something really quick, but I hadn't identified
Thanks.
anything to do in here while he was gone just yet. I don't know, maybe I can ask him to get me more coffee later on at some point.
Logs of unsolved cases, perhaps? Mosley must have 1,000,000 of them. Nice polyester. Looks like something Mosley keeps around for formal occasions. Mosley's office looks a lot like his room at college. A microwave. If Gabriel knows Mosley, it's used exclusively for frozen corn dogs.
Very specific there.
Police department memos and other didactic blurbs. Art prints of the mall variety. An intercom. How high-tech.
For Gabriel, sure.
Mosley's bookcase holds old magazines and binders. Mosley was one of those beefy guys in his youth. Now he's getting lumpy. The badge in his front coat pocket is set off particularly well by the gold polyester of his jacket.
Okay.
Art prints of the mall variety. Mosley's office looks...
Alright, so let's get back to talking then.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What about the photographs?
I got those photographs you left for me.
Really? Great. What'd you think?
Astonishingly lifelike.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Got any more ideas for photos for the book?
Cop's author photo might be nice.
A cop author photo might be nice.
You and me? Together?
Why not? Of course, you'll have to try to tone down your masculinity.
Well, okay. Now I'll call the police photographer.
Wait, right now? Oh shit, I didn't realize you were gonna go do that right now. Jeez.
Franks, come here a minute, would you? And bring your camera.
I wonder if the point system is basically just like a completion.
What did you need, Detective Mosley?
Type thing.
We need a picture, please. And make it a good one, huh, sweetheart?
Sure, sweetheart.
Yeah, you
Say,
throw that back to them,
chintzy.
girl.
Was there anything else, Knight?
How about one of me and Officer Franks?
How about one of me and Officer Franks?
Gee, I don't know. Franks? Just kidding, Franks. You want to get me fired for sexual harassment, Knight?
Well...
Yeah, ha. Now, is there anything else, or can I let this lady go back to her desk?
That's about it.
Nope, that's about it.
Great. Thanks, Franks. Hey, I made a rhyme.
You're astonishing, Mosley.
Hey, don't call me that in front of the lady, wise guy.
Oh, that was kind of a random something happened there. Okay. Well, let's get back to it.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What about the pattern on the bodies?
Do you know anything about the patterns around the bodies?
Yeah, weird, huh? All 7 victims had those little marks around them. We got all the marks on file, but we haven't figured out what, if anything, they mean.
What about the other 6 patterns?
Can I see the other 6 patterns?
Sure. People like that kind of stuff, don't they? Might make the book seem more mysterious. Go talk to Officer Franks. Tell her I said you could see the file.
Alright then. I don't know why I want to insult him. I'm not gonna do that right now, at least, I think. I assume it's just like a playful insult or something, maybe, but I don't really want to get into that right now. Let me see. Can I just show you? Can I use these on you, actually? Here we go.
I have that murder photo you left for me.
Good. Just don't let anybody know I gave it to you.
I wouldn't show it to a soul.
Of course not. Play.
I have that photo of you graduating from the police academy.
Yeah, my mom loves that one.
I don't know why that was included with the murder one, but maybe just to make it seem less conspicuous? I don't know. What if I showed this to you?
I copied those marks from the lake.
Really? Good for you.
Do you want to see my sketch?
No, we have our own copy, Knight.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Want a gift certificate?
I have this.
That's nice, but I'm busy with the real investigation, Knight.
Okay then. Guess that's it for now. Let's go.
The suit doesn't open.
I'm trying to open the door, not the suit. Oh, you didn't even say goodbye, Mosley there. But let me go talk to you.
Just a few questions.
Officer Frick or Detective Mosley could probably be more help, sir.
I was trying to ask about one file.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Can you get a file for me?
Can you get a file for me?
What file would that be?
The Voodoo murders file? Detective Mosley said I could see it.
Really? Well, if he said so.
I can't believe she just believes me about that, too.
There it is. You can look at it all you want, but don't leave this area with it, okay? And no photocopies either, I'm afraid.
Of course, I understand completely.
Oh, you know what? I probably can ask her to get me some coffee and make a photocopy while she's gone. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. That here, so let me just take a look at this, though.
It's an inbox.
Wait, no, I wanted to look at it's not in my inventory, right? No, it wouldn't be in my inventory. Or no, it is, okay. Let's see.
The police file contains partial patterns from the first 6 Voodoo murders.
So I'm guessing I need to ask her to get me coffee.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Could you get me some coffee?
Are you speaking to me?
Why, yes.
Wow. Deja leave it to Beaver. I'm the police photographer, sir. You might be able to find someone around here dumb enough to get coffee for you. But guess what? It won't be me.
Oh, thanks, anyway.
So I guess there's no way I can make a photocopy of those. Unless I have some other way of making a distraction, which I don't think I do. I don't think there's any way to distract them here, right?
Gabriel should go to the counter to talk to the desk sergeant.
Okay. Is there any way I could distract her so I could make a photocopy? Obviously, I gotta somehow do that. Don't know how, though. Because I'm gonna want those, I imagine, but I don't know how I can make a copy.
It's a file cabinet. That doesn't seem to work that way.
Excuse me, officer.
Yes?
Yeah, that uniform looks great on you.
You know, that uniform looks great on you.
Uh-huh. Is that a compliment, or are you asking to borrow my dress?
It's a compliment.
Well, you just never know around here. Thanks, but I'm married.
Okay, I'll take the hint on that. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can distract you away. To get that file photocopied.
Gabriel scans the bulletin board and sees a lot of bad photographs and worse writing.
I'm not sure how I can distract her. I wonder if I need something that I don't have yet to do that. But I'm sure I'm gonna have to do that because to make the photocopies. So I can take it elsewhere and do something with it, but I just can't do anything right now. But you know what, can I sketch them?
Those two objects would have no effect on each other.
But couldn't I sketch them like I sketched the other thing?
Those two objects would have no effect on each other.
Really?
Those two
Okay, I mean, I think I could just sketch it, but I guess it's... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to, like, photocopy it somehow. But I can't right
I
now.
told you, you can't photocopy official police files.
Right. Sorry. I forgot.
Yeah, I forgot. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure I have anything I could use to distract her. What about if I show her a photo?
Can you tell me anything about this?
Nope.
What about a gift certificate?
Can you tell me anything about this?
Nope.
Can you tell me anything about this?
Nope.
Okay, I'm surprised she didn't have a first reaction to that at all. I really don't know how I could make any kind of strategy. Can I go any further into here? Ooh, wow, he just like zoomed over there. No, it doesn't look like we can go any further.
There's a
Oh my
temperature
gosh, she's, like,
gauge on the
zooming
wall
around
near
in here.
Mosley's office. It's in a locked cage. They must be concerned about the budget.
I really wonder if there's any... Yeah. Oh no, I might have to come back. Yeah, I may have to find something else and come back here. I don't know. In any case, I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here for now anyway. Seems like a decent place to stop. And we're basically caught up to where I had... Yeah, basically we're caught up to where what I had watched of the other person's playthrough. So I'm now going in blind into new territory now. I'm gonna have to be figuring everything out. So might be a little slower going from here. But anyways, for now, thank you for watching, and I will see you later.